Welcome back to our campaign. We put in the hotel last time, so we're basically good to go here. Fossils are done in 3 seconds.
I believe we have everything we need to synthesize a male,
Okay,
so
we'll
let's
keep
begin.
with Samuel.
Those dinosaurs were sent to us courtesy of our very
Okay, this is
generous
slightly
client. They need to be treated right. So, needless to say, we better be synthesizing the most charming sauropod this place has ever seen.
Yes, well, I'm sure they'll all get along wonderfully. We should ensure that the males and females all end up in the same enclosure, though, and that they're nice and comfortable.
Wait, how do I get to the UI? Okay, I guess we gotta do it like this. This is a little awkward and weird. Because I can't get to the UI element without moving the hotel because it's currently shifting, right? A little weird. Okay, a little finer. We can do it. I believe that looks pretty good. I'm going to go back to one of these. We're going to try and find the sweet spot. There. Okay. Then I'm going to redo the path in the back and try to get this a little closer. Yeah, okay, nice. So this will come over here somewhere. This is Sichuan and Beijing. This is the China map. Sauropods sound like a pain to breed with how slow they are and how unrealistically small the clutches are. Yeah, I wonder with the clutch thing, right? How much that is controlled by the genes. Like if we make boost fertility, which we might... I think we'll experiment with fertility on this map. I think that'll be fun. And I also wonder if, you know, a little bit of modding help could make that a little more realistic in terms of larger clutches. Just for kind of having fun with some park builds in the future. Alright, let's do that. I want to get the tour put in just as like a planning thing. I'm not going to build a route quite yet. Let's do truck tour, park tour. Park tour feels like it should always be outside the fences for the Jurassic Park vibe. I think we'll do a truck tour. Also, we should check... I'm going to check the Twitch drop progress for myself in a second here, too. Just to see if I've already unlocked Twitch drops for myself. Okay, we'll do one of those, a nice little curve, and then this can move up here, and then this can continue on alongside the paddock for a little bit, and we can build more off of this. I like it. Good opportunity for expansion. Accommodation rating 0%. I don't believe you. Alright, so synthesize, incubate, and release a male apatosaurus, ensure the female are cohabiting with the male. Yes. I am quite enjoying the campaign so far. I have a little bit of concern in terms of long-term, like, economy challenge in the game. And aviaries are a disappointment, but other than that, fantastic. Yeah, I haven't touched modular building yet, Luke. It's definitely a lot, for sure. Honestly, I really do see myself, like, maybe building a few things, like, off-stream to use on-stream. Other than that, just kind of downloading things. I think that's probably how we approach it. We're going to max out the Apato genome before we breed these. Just as kind of a min-max thing. So, that's Brocky. I'm just going to be very thorough here and make sure we're not missing anything. Since dig sites have been somewhat adjusted. So we do have Apato there. That one's done. It might just be the 2. It might be 2 in JWE 2 as well. The sauropods, it's hard to keep them straight. So it is just 2 here. Because there's so many of them. Alright, I'm going to check the Twitch drops. Alright, so, yeah. Tours path is in. We moved it down here. I forgot to unpause the video while we did that, but it's nothing important. We put in a ranger station. We're going to put in maintenance posts. And get the maintenance facility in here, too. So, we need maintenance back here. About there. We need maintenance in the front. Right about here. And then we need to figure out where we're going to cram a maintenance post. So I'm thinking... over here, we do have I mean, this is kind of a nice little environment here. I don't want to not use that for an exhibit. Yeah, you could join the Discord, Samuel. That'd be fine. That'd be great. You don't have to, of course. It's all up to you. Okay, so we got this little ridge here. So, like, this is enclosure territory. Maybe we just start putting them in here, because this is kind of like an open spot. Let's just do it. I don't want to spend too long piddling about with, like, the optimal placement, you know? Although I do want to get the rotation good, because I care about that. So if I do this, no, that doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, I don't know a good way to get back to, like, the regular, like, slide it around and move it, so I guess we just do it like this every time. Okay, so the carts face that way. Upgrading with, I guess, storm defense. Din, World Park, Badlands, Camo. We use Camo, we use Vegas. Let's use Jurassic Park here. How is the Apatosaurus coming along? Good point. We are kind of sitting here doing nothing. Happens a lot. Okay, that's it for Pato. And then Dryo. Processing this here. Let's go finish up Dryo. How are we doing on cash? Plenty. Plenty of money. All of the money we ever had. Can we take contracts yet? Yes. Medium drink for free money? Yes. It's worth more than the upgrade one. Alright, there we go. Let's get the maintenance teams assigned. We'll do number 1, and then we put more of these in. We can do number 2. We need medical. We need a staff center. Let's do the staff center first. Randomly Park Era. Is Park Era a bigger hitbox? It is a kind of a substantially bigger hitbox. I mean, I can place it there. That's going to kill the rocks, but do I care about the rocks? It's kind of optimal in terms of, like, usage of space, I mean. Alright, staff center. Improved cost is the only upgrade. I don't know why improved cost system cost is on the staff center. Isn't this control center upgrade in 2? It doesn't really make any sense on the staff, personally. Yeah, the toggling the amenity on and off for the contract thing. I mean, it's a staple in my mind. It's like a classic example of probably unintended behavior, but it's just kind of become part of the game in my mind, so I regret nothing using it and exploiting it, and I will continue to use and exploit it. What maps have we done? We've done Clark County, Hawaii. We finished Badlands completely, and now we're on Sichuana's Fort. That's where we're at. Alright, medical. I think we'll just put that like right alongside the maintenance facility. Looks like we're going to be out of range of power. Cycle gizmo, do the rotation, do the alignment, adjust the position. That looks like it's not quite right. That looks good. I appreciate the fine-tuning. I do like having that. It's just a little fiddly at times. Why will you not allow me to be on the same level? Why am I not allowed to get these next to each other? I think I'm just going to live with the gap. Rather than try to, like, reset this and find out why it's so fiddly with the thing. Because I don't know if this is, like, a legitimate hitbox thing with the buildings, or if this is, like, a slight terrain level difference thing, or just legitimately, like, an issue with where I click to put the building down, or, like, what. Because, like, ultimately it's not that important, but it is kind of weird that sometimes you can just cram shit together and sometimes you can't. Okay, well, maybe. Actually, yeah, we're not going to put this here anyway, because, like, that's pretty good. This should go, like, over here. Or maybe here? This one I'm going to rotate to try and get this in here a little nicer. Because this one is going to be kind of, like, in the middle of it all, so this kind of matters. Okay, see, now this one, again, I can't put that close to the medical. So maybe it's the medical facility specifically that's a little weird about this. It's kind of both. I don't know. Nothing quite wants to go close together here, but it's fine. All right. Yeah, that's the kind of behavior you were seeing with the amenities, right? And now we're seeing it with different buildings. It's definitely weird and inconsistent. What's my opinion on Spinosaurus? The animal or the animal in the game? Like, I'm not like a overly huge fan of JP3. I think it's fine. The Spinosaurus is a fairly iconic animal in the franchise from that. I definitely prefer the paleo-accurate or more paleo-accurate version from Rebirth, just because it gets it more of a unique vibe even. Yeah, seems fine. Utahraptor genome. I don't think we're going to do that. Number of visible dinosaurs from a 2 to 8. Let's just take that and just sit on it until it's complete. Okay, fossils are still processing, so let's let this run here and get that completed. We've got kind of everything we need in. We could slap an upgrade in this guy. Training. Yeah, we can go with, like, park. What did I do for the... Did I ever set the ranger skins? Let's do park. Actually, I kind of like the vibe of the Lost World ones here if we're doing safari things. Which, of course, there's no equivalent for the maintenance facility, right? Because that's a carryover from... Yeah. Specifically because that's a carryover, there's no equivalent. We'll do yellow. Mission later in the game with 2 baby Spinos. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issue with Spino. It's just some people, it's like their favorite thing ever. And for me, it's like, this is just another large carnivore that's kind of cool that exists. That's all. Mediterranean feels a little sparse. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like it might have been fun to have different maps or challenge mode, for instance. That might have been a good way to do it. Oops. Okay, Drysaurus done. A little more Diplo. I'm not too concerned about pushing Diplo. Let's look at the Apatosaurus situation. So, we're going to modify these. We want males. You know what? Pattern for a JWE sauropod, that's not too bad. That's actually, like, noticeable. The spots on the thighs are an interesting vibe for sure. The range of colors on these patterns is pretty underwhelming. I'll say that. Not getting much from this. Honestly, if they would have made these side spots here maybe a little brighter, a little more noticeable, that would have added a lot to this. Yeah, they could have done a little more with this pattern for sure. I mean, that's sauropods in JWE games to a T, right? They could have done more with this. Okay, I'm going to do Pulcrana. We're going to do a spread of ones that I think look good with this pattern. I think the all black is kind of neat. The red is good. Maybe the blue? I don't hate mangrove. Sure, let's do those 4. Random favorite, Pulcrana for the males. Females, let's just go all over the place random. Traits. So we have non-humble, right? Let's check the genes on the ones we have actually. You convinced one of your teachers to get in the game. Interesting. 2 comfort issues. Oh, we lost Tall Leap from the tour. That makes sense. Okay, there we go. Twice as large as JWE2 will have half the stuff in. I don't know about that yet. I mean, I don't think it's really fair to compare late stage 2 to 3. Like, come back in a year and then we'll make that assertion on how it's grown. Because I think launch-wise, 3 is leagues past 2's condition at launch, I think. Yes, traits. Traits is what we're looking for here. Okay, so no traits. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter so much what's on the other one if this one's no traits. They're both none. Alright, so, Dino, Apato, Modify. So, we'll do Sociability. Or will we? Increases the likelihood of hatching breeding capable pairs. Increases the success. What if we do this? All 3 of these. And lifespan. And we just put like a bunch of traits that could breed into subsequent generations. I think I like that idea. We need 11 genetics for this. I am going to go for the full 11. We're going to go hard on the breeding. I really want to stress test some of this, especially with multiple generations. We're probably going to be in this park for a little bit so that we can actually do this. Because this will influence how we do subsequent parks a bit. So here's 5. We'll definitely take you. Okay, so 5 plus 3 to 8. 3 plus 3 to 6, and we're good to go. So let's let the fossil extraction finish, and then upgrade the scientist, and then do the synth. So we need to do 3 points on you. And that should be... Wait, we needed 11 total, not 11 more. I misspoke horribly. Yes, begin. Begin. Oops. I actually have to click scientist there. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. Potential game allegations incoming from you. You've got some sort of hot take. Alright, 10 seconds just about. Too few adult males. Okay, 2 eggs. Female, male. Female, male. I think we'll take 2 males. Maybe? Ooh, actually, in terms of min-maxing... Okay, well, this one's only nocturnal. This one sucks anyway. Okay, you're definitely a male. Oh, actually, yes. In terms of min-maxing, if we take the male here with the one that actually has a few traits, then theoretically his genes have a chance to spread onto every animal in the second generation because he's always the father. Whereas if we make this one a male, we may end up with male second generation that's getting no positive traits because he doesn't have shit. So I think we'll do this. I am going to take both, though. Actually, you know what? Maybe I only want the male. I think so. I think I only want the male. What is my opinion on Jurassic Park Survival? Super hyped. I am a big fan of Alien Isolation. And the idea of having anything even remotely in the league of Alien Isolation but Jurassic Park is like, yes, give me, please. We've got a few videos on Survival on the channel, but they're older because Survival doesn't get much attention. We're gonna reroll. But they are there. You can look for the playlist to see what we've covered. It's mostly just like reviewing the trailers and the other gameplay footage we had for that. So motivator for 132 or generalist for 128. We'll take the 128, I guess here. Jeremy O'Brien. Okay, we needed what, 8, I think. Let me double check. 7. Okay, so we're only 1 point off. So we'll do the generalist. Give you the point of welfare. Okay, 3 minutes on that. Incubate and release 1 male. So this will complete. Excellent. Apatosaurus time. Yeah, we can make the Dryos right away, too. Okay, this little stripe on the neck here that comes down looks, like, out of place to me. I guess the stripes are all kind of weird and splotchy, but kind of weird that he's got just that one spot there specifically on the neck. Yeah, Jurassic Park the game, Herosaurus, awesome.
Okay, excellent. Now all we need to do is let nature take its course, just like it would have done on this very spot in Cretaceous
Support
China.
Apatosaurus and laying 3
Not
eggs.
that it would have been called China then, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Telltale games in general are kind of the case of, like, you know, individual user experience. Some people like Telltale games a lot, some people don't, and it's totally fine if that's not your kind of game, because they are very much these kind of strange, choose your own adventure, story-centric things, right? Obviously. Keep out. Okay, so we got like a little concrete-lined sauropod nest with some rocks and stuff. We've got the usual fence one. I don't like that for a sauropod vibe, and the rock enclosure also doesn't feel like a thing a sauropod would do for their nest, because how does a sauropod back his ass up into that rock to lay eggs? Highly questionable. Constructed by the tour route. I like this spot for the nest. Right in between the two little waterways. I think that's good. Now, we're going to go ahead and get a second nest in here right away. Well, that was quick. But yeah, second nest, we'll put one over maybe here. I'm pretty sure you can fit there if we do one of these, and we fine-tune. And maybe not. Denied. Alright, where else can we go with this? Yeah, these are the big nests. Obstructed in water. Fine. Fine. Over here? In water. I don't believe you. I guess there's technically a weird, slightly watery thing here. How about here? Right on the curve in front of the water. Seems fine to me. Most preserved sauropod eggs are probably killed by drowning in flash flood. That's probably... I mean, like, fossils in general are disproportionately skewed towards disaster for preservation, right? Ash flows, flooding, anything that rapidly buries a fossil or an egg or a bone or an egg is going to lend itself to better odds of fossilization. collapsing dunes being a big one in like Mongolia and stuff, which is why there's like preservational biases towards small animals in some of those formations. Oh, nice! I didn't see the bamboo. Cool. Yeah, all very interesting. Can we clean up? Hold on. Let's get the Dryos here. While all this is happening. Random. Let's look at the males. The males... Wait, what is the difference? The difference is the two-tone patterning, essentially, right? Yeah, it's I mean, it's like a different pattern, but it's largely conceptually kind of the same spot pattern. But then the secondary color extends all the way down the body for this two-tone look. I don't think any of these are really calling to me, so I think we'll just randomize these. Also, we're going to probably breed a bunch of these, so let's just do that. For traits, we're going to do the same thing, I think. Oh, no, we're going to max humility on these, actually. Who cares about lifespan, maybe? Maybe we do 25 lifespan. $25 compatibility. 50 social. 150. 50, 20. Maybe I should max this too, though. 75? Sure. You gonna go because it's 12? That is completely understandable. Have a nice night. We'll catch you in the future. Alright, Dryos. Oh, size difference? You know what? Yeah, we haven't seen much size difference. We'll definitely see that when we do the release animation, so we'll be able to confirm that shortly. You need more tall leaf. The territory does extend all the way down here now. There you go. Plenty of room for adjustment to this territory, so I'm not too concerned yet about the Apatos. Also, how did the female claim a nest when the male Apatosaurus spawned here and has walked this far? He's never even been near the females. He's got like magical teleporting sperm. This is crazy. How did he do this? How did he reproduce at a long distance? Questionable. Hey, Agent Sparkle, welcome to the stream. I missed your message initially, or it's not showing up on my multi-chat. When did this happen? Wait, what is going on here? No, that's just now. Multi-chat is being weird. Give me a second. We got tech issues. Tech issues. Well, we'll never know why that was weird. Okay, hasn't laid eggs yet with its crazy teleport. Oh, it's going in. She's going in. It's happening.
I've always found prehistoric giants to be most fascinating. And I'm far from the only one. A colleague in the pharmaceutical industry is rife with theories about how their physiology will change in years to come. Perhaps
what's
in
the
ways
timer?
that will benefit both
4
us
minutes.
and the dinosaurs.
We got a storm coming or something
I don't
here?
understand. Some of the eggs are missing.
Wait.
Smart money's on those Extinction Now people, right? I really thought they were all
Those
talk
bitches.
and no dino egg steal. Juveniles are valuable, I guess.
If it was Extinction Now, I doubt they're thinking about money. They want to slow us down.
What? They weren't fossils that they took. They were eggs. Fertile eggs. They
How
stole
did they do
life,
this?
And they did that to slow us down? It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, they didn't take all the eggs. We should nurture what's left and make sure that the juvenile is comfortable and safe. We owe it that.
Oh yeah, sabotage. Nest disrupted. Okay, sick. We get sabotage introduced properly now. Dinosaur poisoning. Yep. Incubation failures. Type of sabotage can result in hatchery eggs becoming non-viable. Ooh, interesting. Eggs can be stolen from nests. Food poisoning. Yeah, that's the same shit. For a moment, I saw insect feeders instead of infect feeders, and I had a little bit of JWE2 cut PTSD trigger there. Yeah, just more disease stuff. Okay. Yeah, how do you steal the eggs that quickly? Was somebody just like there? Oh god. Right below the enemy cloaca?
How much land will they need if you succeed in increasing their numbers?
All right. So yeah, you know what? They're mad at us for giving land to sauropods. I think they should go after some golf courses, maybe. Incest feeders. No, none of that. No incest feeders. It's not allowed. That's a pretty lackluster male. Female looks interesting. Take the male. Neutral on this one. Humble social. Oops. Maybe male, female, female, female here. 2 males, 4 females. Let's do it. White Dryosaurus jump scare, I suppose. Okay, what else do we got here with scientists? We have still enough logistics we can do something. Is the other sauropod research locked behind a mission or whatever? Sichuan Basin for theory. No, Brachii and Patago are unlocked. Maybe we'll start on Brachii then? And then I might do a second round of Dryos to start with. Or do we want to let, like, just the handful we have here breed? Maybe. Let's just stick with what we got for now. Because I do want to breed, like, multiple generations, ideally, so I think starting with too many adults would be kind of bad. So, okay, baby check. How much time do we got on the little fella? 1 minute, 57. Okay, pausing here for a second. Claimed. Okay, this one's going in. Let's see how many eggs we get here. Insert the backing up truck noise here now. Whatever. Okay, that's a 3. So, a lot of Apatos coming down the pipes, kind of literally. Okay, so do they have a size difference? So this one's a male. And then that one's a male. Not really. Yeah, not really any noticeable size difference in the Dryos, it seems. Alright, fiber and pasture. Let's grab a little of the fiber. Put little pockets of fiber around the area. And then they will eventually sort their stuff out. Now, this guy, in terms of nests, is a medium nest animal. Alright. Medium nest. No special requirements whatsoever for Dryosaurus. Well, okay. If they will breed right in front of the visitors, we can go ahead and put them right in front of the visitors for a nice little come see the Dryosaurus nest moment. Let's do one of these, one of these, one of these. And then let's do maybe a second medium nest here. And put it off a little bit more to the side. Maybe. There we go. These, one of these, and like rotate it a little bit. And then move it. Maybe. Maybe. I legitimately can't tell if there's a spot there that it will work or not. Thank you for the super chat, Cryo. How do you do a waterfall in JWE3? You use the water tool. You have the water, 2 different elevations where you're putting the water. So you do one at the top, you do one at the bottom, and then it should automatically connect if they're close enough. I haven't done too many experiments with the water tools yet. Let's change the rotation here slightly. But that is at least the idea of how it's supposed to work. There may be some little conditions or circumstances where it doesn't work that well. Who knows? Okay, this nest is just not gonna function there. Let's put it over here on this side instead. Alright. So yeah, little Dryosaurus viewing area. Okay, a Apatosaurus check. 7 seconds. All right, perfect timing. Oh, let's check those fossils quick. Hopefully, since I paused, we're not going to randomly miss this. He's a cute little guy. Oh, I like that. I like the rear up there. That's fun. There is the complexity limit on console, right? From what I've seen.
Very good. But we need to do more. The client expects greater species diversity and more naturally bred dinosaurs. And that is what they will get. Make it so.
Nature really can't be rushed, but
Only
I guess the business world never got that memo. Well, I can advise on the breeding side of things, I guess. Using a little bit of animal husbandry and a dash of pheromones, don't ask me how I obtained them, we can encourage specific dinosaurs to breed with a higher chance of success. Worth a go, right?
Patago Titan, okay. Amamenchi? Is there any chance these two like each other? Oh, he's doing a thing. Hold on. Okay, first things first. I need to capture this. This is the thumbnail. This is it. This is the thumbnail for the episode. 100%. Look at his little joyful face. Look at that. He's having a blast. This plant is in the way a little bit. There we go. That's giving me really strong Land Before Time vibes right there, not gonna lie. That's absolutely a vibe. Alright. Very cool. You spent 4 hours in a Spino enclosure. You place a Spino on land that you dig down, it floats in the air, also making waterfalls. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Huh. Alright, Patago Titan. Do we... Yeah, he's already here. We'll do the Patago first. Definitely want to get started on that guy. I feel like we definitely have enough, you know, animals for this tour contract to complete. Just a matter of time. Unless there's something weird with, like, the overlap visibility not working. Or is there really just, like, one truck and it's just kind of hanging? Wait. Yeah, where are my trucks at? Can we just manually do this? Yeah, some of the baby deaths need a little work. Does this count? 5? 7? Okay, this kind of works. I have collided with an Apatosaurus. It's fine. That's what happens when the park owner shows up to just go drive things. Had to close the game and reopen it. Interesting. Oh, the Spino was like... He wasn't just like floating in the air temporarily. He was literally just like hovering and like traveling through the air. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. That is a pretty substantial bug. Alright, let's grab a new contract here. Discover dimorphism. Total female population to 6. That's a lot of money. That's pretty good. Let's do it. Okay, pausing for a second. Wait, it just completed. We already had 6. Why was that contract even an option? Like that like usually the contract's required to actually do something. That was a weird. That was. I mean, I'll take the $3 million. I shouldn't complain, I guess. But like, it's definitely strange. I think we're just waiting for Patago fossils now. More. Okay, triplets. They're all this. These are just the same dude. Given that the mothers are clones of each other, like duplicated traits, not surprising. Large hotel available for research. Okay, looks like we're good on the babies. In terms of genetic traits, humble tolerant, small app tolerant, small app long-lived nocturnal. So they're all different. Wait, it is humble. It's only called humility in the menu? It's humble on the animal. I didn't notice that initially. Well, that's even more confusing. That it changes labels. We had another nest with things. That was one of the mediums. Medium 2, I think, had animals now. Yo! 6 eggs? Okay, let's go. Drosaurus is getting busy. Doubling their population in a single blow. Alright, well, let's tour visibility 5%. But that'll change. We'll expand the tours, we'll go through multiple pens. 97% here is fine. Satisfaction rating looks bad. Probably the tour is more important now. We need another hotel, restroom, and maybe some transport. Okay. Not a shelter, though. One restroom right here seems good to me. Wait, maybe here? Maybe here? Nope. Restroom's good to go. Amenity configuration. Okay, these are like substantially different again. So these are, I'm going to tune these off video. All right, contract time. Lagoon, no. Training to level 2, I can do that. Size of the largest territory to 9 will complete itself with the Dryasauruses. Ah, you don't have Discord and Twitter on the same device. That's totally fair then. That's fine. Maybe I can find the link on YouTube. Let's try and find it. Sorry, for the sake of the video, since this is being discussed, evidence of some sort of possibly cut animal or future DLC thing in the credits for the game. That's what we're investigating right now. Alright, so the nest is in 1 minute here, so we'll complete the contract with the Dryo hatching. I think once the babies are hatched, we did unlock... Actually, let's check the research tree real quick here. We did unlock some new stuff. Specifically large hotel. Actually, this is only 180k. I'm just going to do this here now. I was going to say we can go back to the other map and do some stuff, but this is like super cheap. So we're not going to worry about that. Anything else unlocked? We have one attraction, which is the Lagoon Viewing Gallery, which is not terribly important. Researchable 1600. One dig site. Oh yeah, the cats. We just never did that. We don't need that here. We're not doing that. So yeah, I think it was like only really the one thing that unlocked. We've had this stuff. We just haven't bothered doing it. Oh, improved yield. Oh, we definitely want this. And then we have increased output we just haven't bothered doing it. So this was the new one. This was the only new one. Okay. Yeah. 40 seconds. We have another claim nest. Some more Dryos coming. Okay, they're pretty adorable. The lighting also doing a lot of heavy lifting there on that shot. That's like majestic as fuck. Holy cow. The environmental requirements are super generous on that. Alright. Contract completed. Another 6 eggs coming there for the Dryos. They are they're doing a lot of hard work. Alright. Let's let that finish. Okay, large hotel completed. We're not going to switch the hotels out we have now for large ones, I don't think. We'll do it if it seems like we really need to, or maybe do it in the future. We did do an expedition for Patago, and I kind of just never looked at the fossils. So, we should get that going. Hold on. We just did the research. What did this unlock? We unlocked Expedition Center Science Center. Okay, yes. So, your response facility, just kidding. Expedition Center, Yield, Science Center, Extraction Capacity. Alright. This will give us a chance to test out how effective yield is in the current game versus, you know, it being the staple of 2. Especially given that it's a later unlock here now. And definitely the extraction capacity we want for these like big chunky sauropod fossils. So that was never in doubt. Yeah, we'll do you. And let's go get more Patago Titan. And then I think we can wrap this episode up here. The last one went a little long, so we should try to control that. This looks a little bit like hot garbage, just looking at these paths here now, but this was already the default path, so that's not my responsibility. Anyway, until next time.